I had a lot of experience in the private sector in Kuwait. I have loved the concept of business psychology because in the way that psychology is interfering in everything in your life. I've worked like around 10 years to 12 years in different kind of banks, and then I have decided to get my master's degree. So I went to the UK and got my master's degree in business and organizational psychology from Coventry, UK. It makes you know yourself and be more self-aware about how dealing with yourself first before dealing with others. And it goes all the way through branding, consumer psychology, the way of assessments, how the human resources are dealing with their employees. It is like a really wide field of different subjects that takes you all the way through your work throughout the years. I've seen a couple of people who are dealing with shame, are suffering from shame, and they feel that it is like kind of their fault that they are being bullied. But what I say is that there is no shame in dealing with a case of bullying. On the contrary, you have to be like proud of it, because when a bully selects a target, they realize there is something different about this target. They realize the power of the target. You know, sometimes people tend to destroy you, not because they don't see the power in you, because they see it, but they don't want it to exist. It's the same as when you have it in the case of bullying. They see that you have a kind of a talent or an expertise, and they don't want it to exist. They don't want you to overcome their talents. They don't want them, you don't want them to touch their insecurities. So they feel threatened by a target, and then they intend to bully them. Okay. See, bullying is grounded in the need of self-indulgence to hold up feelings of fear and immaturity, low self-esteem, low self-worth. And bullies, actually, they lack interpersonal skills and confidence. So the bully's twisted personality has stemmed from the influence of the internal and biological inclinations of the character of a bully. See, people tend to misunderstand the difference between a conflict and a confrontation. Confrontation is not fighting or expressing the aggression, anger, the unconscious bias, the immaturity, insecurity of a bully. The bully is showing you all these things, and in the case of bullying, confrontation is engaging a bully in a direct, specific, non-threatening way. You should be aware of your own needs, wants, and insecurities. See, if you are able to reflect on the dynamic between these 2 points, you will be able to interact, negotiate, and collaborate with this bully, okay, and others in your life. So we do have 7 points in trying to deal with a bully. The most important points I have seen are like 7 points that I will come up through. So first of all, you face them directly. Okay. Bringing revenge upon yourself. Do not bring revenge upon yourself. Do not accuse, do not threaten, do not judge when you come to interact with a bully. You communicate, number 2, you communicate in a calm, respectful way. What are your needs and how you will set your boundaries with this bully. Number 3, you show common ground upon which both of you could work it out, try to solve it, these things. You have to set a common ground. Number 4, you should understand the self-other relationships, means the interaction of people, basically how you feel about yourself and how you can relate to others is different from how others see themselves and how they relate to you. So if you are aware of this self-other relationships, you could deal with it in different aspects of your life. Number 5, understand your self-concept, a combination of how you view yourself, your feelings, your thoughts. Understanding this will help you read the self-other relationships. Number 6, if you have difficulties with understanding these things about yourself, then gather your people. I call it your people because these are the people that you rely on your challenges that you face in life. These people could be your friends, your family, your idols. You could have professional people as your mentors, your coaches, and these will help you to gather your strengths and know what you are able to do. Okay? After that, you develop a list of your strengths and you describe what you could do, and this will help you to defend yourself more with a bully. Number 7, remember that although you think a bully has the power, they are acting out of low self-esteem, lack of confidence without merit. These are the 7 points. You should determine, is this conflict, is it for real? Or is it just a misperception? And you must admit, as a person who's dealing with bullying on a daily basis, say if it's school or work, you must admit your part in it, okay? And like we said before, you have to be self-aware and how others see you and how you see yourself. So now, if you are sure that you are being bullied, you have to take action. If you choose to do nothing and abandon any attempt to confront it and try to tolerate a bully, the bullying will increase, okay? You will cause yourself emotional, psychological, and physical distress. Do not turn your back on your values and your beliefs and your self-worth. Your personal sense of worth deserves that you stand up for yourself and you set the boundaries of what you want or what you don't want. Because if you don't do that, you will suffer from the disease of being bullied. And it is a disease, we call it a disease. Like any challenge in your life that you face, if you have to act responsible. If you give up on yourself, you give away your personal power and you neglect your responsibility to protect yourself, okay? So you begin by assessing yourself, assessing your bully, and assessing the situation that you have put into. If you feel that this is really affecting your well-being, then you need to take action. Remind yourself that if you do nothing, the bully has won, okay? And the bullying will continue, and it will only make you feel worse. People around you will see you as a weak person, and you lack the strength of confronting anything that comes in your life later on. So what I see is confronting the bully is the best option. Research has summarized the bullies into 4 kinds of bullies in the workplace, but you could relate it with different places in life. So we have the first kind of bully is, which is the most sneaky kind, we could say it. It's the deceiver. Okay, they deceive others through lies, gossips, and rumors. You don't actually see them as a bully because you don't understand their concept is. Are they bullies or they're not bullying? They're deceiving you, okay? They dismiss targets' contributions with false, vague, and general comments to others behind the scenes, okay? They discredit the work of the target. So whatever you do, you don't gain any credit of it. The credit goes to someone else. So these bullies are motivated by their own insecurity, lack of confidence, uncontrolled ambition, swing moods, and resistance to change. Okay. We have these people do not practice honesty. They don't have mutual respect or sincerity with others, and it is not genuine in promise keeping as a result of being indifferent, ambivalent, and unashamed about causing harms to others. So what are the deceiver's greatest fears? Is being vulnerable and being perceived as jealous. Okay. Come to the next dangerous person in the bullies degrees is the controller. The controller bullies suddenly, okay, seeks to have control over tasks at work. They create inflexible written rules for others to follow, and if not followed, they will discourage, advise against, and deny the other abilities to contribute their ideas. The tasks to the exclusion of others impact by blocking them from participation. They insist that employees follow a robotic method of operation in the completion of tasks without sharing how they feel or think. And we could relate it into much of a government kind of work in Kuwait. They strive for perfection by means of obsessive control over tasks, and they focus totally on rules, standards, schedules, with no larger goals, because they are over-analytic and cannot see the greater picture. Okay, so the controller does not practice openness, agreeableness, generosity, non-defense, listening, good interpersonal skills, humility, sound judgment, and strength of mind when dealing with the emotions of others. The controller's greatest fear is dealing with emotions and losing control of work. Okay, so we come to the third level of dangerous bullies is the narcissist. He or she is a self-adoring who seeks to expand their own image, controls long speeches about themselves. They need to be the center of attention. They will not yell or scream, but will smother others' contributions by expressing an overinflated sense of self. They suppress others' creativity and prevent them from development to maintain a healthy sense of self and personal self-worth. So this is like a summary right now, okay? The greatest fear of a narcissist is losing approval, prestige, status, and being rejected outright as a narcissist. We come to the fourth and the most dangerous bully of them all, as they call it, is the beast. They are aggressive, and they use brutish behavior to dominate others with disregards for their own rights and sometimes their safety. They bully consistently and viciously to the point where their targets stop to perform, and they suffer mentally and physically. They create a fearful, antisocial work environment, and they violate all appropriate standards of civil behavior at work. So the beasts, they don't control their emotions, and they do not monitor impact of anger on others. Actually, they don't care. We could say it frankly. But their greatest fear is being seen as powerless or being tricked by others. So by seeing these stereotypes of bullies, you could understand how to engage with these bullies and how to face each one of them. Combining martial arts with psychology makes you stop and consider the fact that you will likely have several changes in your life, and particularly in your career. How you handle it on a psychological level is essential. Appreciating the dynamics of change is what you will learn in a martial art class. Okay. So when you bring up the term martial arts, people tend to understand it as like a set of fighting skills. But recently, research in psychology shows that martial art is a comprehensive approach to both physical and mental health. Ultimately, it connects to embracing challenges and seeing how you can turn them into a positive solution. Bringing this aspect to your life can reshape your psychological state as well. So when you work hard to become a better person, you will bring a physical and mental relaxation to yourself. And this brings good things to you as for others when you live in this kind of state of being kind to others and being respectful. And this is what research in psychology has defined martial arts as showing and teaching students. With martial arts in your life as a student of martial arts, you will see more opportunity in your life and less stress, as it helps you shape you in a deep psychological level. Another aspect of martial arts in research is the developing self-actualization. In other words, it helps you bring more responsibility in your life for more positive growth. Knowing who you are and taking responsibility for actions reduces stress because it helps bring better relationships. In addition, learning martial art, it enhances your self-esteem through the physical activity and group exercises, group experiences, and it teaches you concentration, assertiveness, directiveness, and honesty in communication. It also, research suggests that martial arts can be a form of mental therapy, as the physical aspect of martial arts exercise is seen as a way to let it out, or discover your suppressed feelings or emotions. So also research on martial arts has seen that it makes you become more faithful and more sincere and brings a perfection of character.